What's up, guys? Bar has a candy kid coming at you here with another great video. So let me turn up this light a bit. So what I'm actually using to make this video is my new cell phone that I got. Now, my old cell phone, I still have it. It still works. I didn't get this cell phone for the video capabilities or anything. It's basically that my old cell phone, it starts doing weird things. You know, it's an old cell phone. I've had it for more than like 5 years, 4 years. And the storage on it is very small. A lot of apps aren't updating on it, and stuff like that. And a lot of apps don't even, re-download, because I uninstall them, then reinstall them, or try to reinstall them, and they just don't reinstall. So, and the battery life on it was just going down the drain. Like, it would just recharge really fast, but then also drain really fast, over time. So it was about time I upgraded. And plus the front screen is cracked, and stuff like that. I know a lot of you are going to say, well, why'd you need a new cell phone when the other one still works? Just use it for calling and stuff like that. Yeah, I can still use it. The rear camera still works. So, but what I decided to do was, I'll keep that one as a backup. I'll keep this one as a backup. And essentially, basically this one is just the newer version of mine. So before I was using the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 basic, okay, not the Lite, not the Pro model, not the S, whatever. I was using just the basic. So I decided, well, I'm going to get a new Redmi, Note from Xiaomi. I'm going to get the Xiaomi Note 10 or 11. Actually, I was debating on, getting the 9 or the 8, but then I said, oh, why don't I go 10 or 11? They're fairly new. 12 is out right now, but those are like the newest ones at the cheapest price. So I went with the 10 basic. It comes with 3 cameras. The price is like $170, $180 plus tax. And so I can't complain. I mean, you get triple camera, 3 cameras for that price. I mean, you're not paying for some Samsung or Apple or Google or whatever other type of phone that's expensive with 3 cameras. You're paying, the middle road of like from $100 to $200, which is not bad. And it's a fast phone. It does what it's supposed to do. I say all these budget phones are better than, the non-budget phones. That's what I say. That's where the market is. And there's a lot more of them too. Xiaomi, Oppo, TCL, what else? Even Samsung has budget phones. Even Google has budget phones, but like their budget phones, their whole thing of budget phones is like, oh, ours is like, I don't know, $500. And it comes with all these features. Bro, that's to me still a pro phone. Like even Xiaomi's Redmi Note 10 Pro is actually only $200. Like it's $230 plus tax. And you get these pro features, and it's a quad camera, not a triple. I mean, Xiaomi's a good company, A lot of people will say don't support Chinese, this and that, but hey, where's your iPhone made? In China. America doesn't make it. Chinese make it. I mean, Apple, it's an American company, yeah, but they make all the products in China. To me, if you're going to talk about things that or made here, made there. Things are made in this world. I look beyond that. I look beyond where things are made. All this political shit needs to stop. Because in the end, God made everything. And since God made everything, hey, sweet, awesome, I'm going for it. The devil didn't make it. If the devil made it, I wouldn't go for it. But if God made it, hell yes. So I'm testing out this camera, testing out this phone with certain things. So I want to say here that this camera actually works with this gimbal. This is the Zhenyun Crane M2. Okay? It's a very cool gimbal. You know, it works well with Xiaomi phones. I don't have any issues with it. I actually have it on this tripod here. You know, so when I, you know, come to stabilize it, you know, it'll be stabilized properly. The only thing about this Zhenyun Crane is it started to have like a lock mechanism pop up, and it just, you know, it just basically goes wonky like that. So you know, that's a thing. I know Marcus Pix did a video on stabilization. Okay, this camera has built-in stabilization. It has it built in. Okay. You know, even with this AI technology, and we're talking about AI today because, well, we're in 2023. This is not 1973, okay? So even with the stupid AI, because AI is dumb, you know, it tries to stabilize as much as possible, you know, your video footage. But it still has a lot of other things going for it that make it not very stable. Same thing with these. Okay. And same thing if I was to hold the camera with something like this, where I hold it and I try to be as steady as possible. Okay. Now this is a contraption that I made where essentially I can, you know, hold this like this and shoot video, or or like I can put this on my desk and then, you know, show something on my desk like this. Okay, so like even this is not that stable. I mean, like Marcus Pix said, in order to get really stable footage, there's a lot of factors that you have to, you know, account for. It's not just you walking a certain way, holding it a certain way, using a gimbal, you know, using an AI system. All that stuff is great. It'll help you out to a certain degree. But there's other steps involved that you have to account for, that you have to do. Okay? So, I want to put that out there. You know, this setup that I have right now, which a lot of people will call a vlogging setup, which is you have your tripod, okay? You have some type of a cell phone mount. So, what you have is you have your tripod, something like this, you know, 3-legged tripod, and then you have like something like this, okay, which you put your cell phone in, and then you have a light on top, okay, and then you have your cell phone, which is held in place by the cell phone holder, okay, clamped down, and then you have a microphone, like what you see here. You know, whether it be a lapel microphone or whether it be, you know, something like a shotgun microphone like this, you know, or an interview microphone, and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people use this setup today, okay? Especially the younger generation who they already have a cell phone in their hand. It's right there. Their parents gave it to them, which is a dumb idea, and stuff like that. And what do? They use that. They don't go out and buy a DSLR camera for $600 or $2,000. They use the cell phone that they have, or they use their parents' phone. You know, they don't go out and buy themselves a point and shoot camera, which is what you should be doing. Even if you buy a cheap $100, $90, $80 point and shoot camera, and you just use the internal microphone that's, you know, integrated with the camera, and it does like 720p at 30 frames per second and 1080p at 30 frames per second. You know, you know, even if it's an old used camera on the second-hand market, first, you know, whatever, third-hand market, if you just buy one of these and you use these, that's great. Because for one thing, a cell phone was meant for calls and for texting, but basically for calls. It's for communication. All this other stuff has been added to it because convenience, because they want to, you know, put you, oh, everything here, everything all at once. No. Because cell phone cameras, they're not even these type of cameras. They're like a computer. And a computer doesn't really do a good job of processing, you know, the image. The videos and the photos that we take with our cell phones, the company has to make the computer to where it can identify certain things. It tries to identify. It sucks. This is still the best way. This has been around for 200 years. Photo cameras, like whether it's DSLR or SLR or ones from the 1930s or 1850s, that is the way to go. That's why I will always use my DSLR for the main camera. This I'll use for other things, sure. I'll even put that on my gimbal and use it. I will still use, you know, my action cameras. They all serve a purpose. I know cell phones, cameras, you know, I know they serve a purpose, you know. Let me see, do I have... This is an old cell phone, okay? It's an Alcatel, you know. I used to have ZTE, Alcatel. I've had many brands. And I even had Samsung cell phones. The old flip ones from, you know, the mid-2000s that were not smartphones. Those things were brick phones. Those things lasted forever. But this you know, these cell phones, I mean, and this has one camera. And this has like a 14 megapixel camera in the rear and like or maybe a 12 megapixel in the rear and a 5 megapixel in the front, or 4 megapixel, whatever. But like these things right here, they rely on a computer. They don't rely on just a sensor. And so the better the sensor, the better the image. This is just better the software, better the image, no matter what sensor you throw at it. Okay? Let me see if I'm still recording. Okay. Yeah, I'm still recording. I just... because one thing I wish that these cell phones did have, though, which would be a nice feature, which action cameras have, DSLRs have. I believe I have to recheck my DSLR. Well, actually, my DSLR, I don't have to recheck it, but I wish... And I know this is on some of the newer cell phones, and even some of the newer action cameras. Okay, so we're going to use this as an example. This is an old cell phone, but what I wish they did in the first place with cell phones was have a little blinking light to show that you're actually recording. and then have it like blink a certain way when the recording is done, or you know, so have it green meaning you're recording, you know, or red or whatever color, and a different color when you're not recording, and then it, you know, when you start it blinks, when you stop it blinks. You know what I'm saying? Action cameras have that with the ones with the front screens on them. Even the old GoPros did. That didn't have, you know, they just had a little front screen, you know, the GoPro Hero 1 and 2. The new cell phones do, yeah, like the new flip phones, even the ones that are like this, that have a little tiny screen in front, they have that. But most of these cell phones out here, they don't have that. So the thing is yeah, if this is what you have, okay, that's fine. But this is not what you should start off with. I mean, if you're starting off with this because you already have it in your pocket, you know, and stuff like that, okay, fine. But go and buy yourself a camcorder and a camera or an action camera, because those are true cameras. They're meant for taking photography and videography. The camcorders are meant for videography, okay? The photo cameras like this one and the DSLRs and SLRs and older ones, they're meant for taking photos. Action cameras, they're meant for doing action sports. That's what they were intended for. That's what you should be using them for. Yeah, you can use them for whatever you want to. But they're best at what they were intended for. What they were not intended for, they're okay. Okay? Oh, but you don't have a camcorder. You're using your DSLR as a camcorder, and DSLRs were not meant for camcorder use. I didn't find a DSLR yet that I could mount a whole bunch of stuff to, like a whole bunch of microphones, you know, stuff like that. I just haven't found one at a decent price. You know, all the ones I found, well, of course I found the $10,000 ones, but I'm not going for that. Like my camera, like my DSLR camera that I got, at the $600 price point that came with a rotating flip screen up, down, side to side, all around. I could put a microphone into it, just straight into it. You know, it has all these other features. Just like I found that at $600, I need to find a camcorder that basically is at the $200 mark, that has all these features and all that, and I can just plug and play microphones. But I haven't found one yet. I know Sony, Panasonic, all these companies make them. There's even all those cheap ones that you find on Amazon, eBay, whatever. They're, you know, even $100. Those are just basically pieces of plastic over a brick, and you know, they're worthless. But I haven't found one. So, you know, till I find one, I'm gonna use my DSLR. I'll use my action camera. You know, I'll use my cell phone. You know, I'll even use my old cell phone still. You know, maybe to do like comparison videos of the cameras and stuff. But other than that, this new cell phone, I think it's great. I'm just not gonna overload it with stuff like I did with my other cell phone, because I really want to use the cameras on here. The front facing camera is good too. This has a 48 megapixel camera, which, to be honest, if I'm gonna be honest here, I see what they're trying to do with cell phones. They're trying to make big leaps, when really they should just stick to what's tried and true. If they stuck to those 12 megapixel cameras, or they stuck to those, you know, whatever cameras they were using for a long time, and just improve on those, like make minute improvements that help it, instead of just trying something totally new that it's like, whoa, and then that takes a long time to get going, I mean, that'd be better. You know, a lot of camera companies, you know, they did that. They stuck to what's tried and true, and they just went with it. So I'm doing this video because, you know, one, I want you to see the quality of this camera. Two, I didn't get this, you know, first of all, the audio quality coming from this microphone is great. I'll do an audio test of the microphone that comes with that comes internally in the cell phone. But for now, I'm just going to use my lapel mic. Oh, my light went dim. I need to recharge it. So, and the charging time on here is fast, you know. For $180, you know, phone. But I didn't really get it for the camera stuff. I could care less. It's nice that they gave you 3 cameras for the price, you know, of $180 with AI, whatever, all this other shit. It's cool that it has some cool features that you see on, like, phones that are way cheap, you know, more expensive. You know, $600, $1,000 bucks. But to be honest, I mean, I just wanted it. I mean, well, the one was based out of a need, basically. I needed it because my old phone starting to die out on me. So, you know, and plus this is my last phone I'm going to get for the rest of my life. You know, I mean, when this phone blows up and I'm 90 years old, okay, cool. You know, I'll get a phone then, but for the next 20 years, I'll use this one. You know? Shoot. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, and another thing, I do need to get, I'm going to get like a remote type thing for this, so I'll probably go to a store and see if there's like a little remote key that works with your cell phone and stuff. I know that the Zen Crane M2, you know, it has your little, where is it? It has a little, you know, record button here, but, you know, stop and start button. But that's when I have the camera hooked up to there. For now, I'm just going to use, you know, a little remote thing for when I'm doing it this way on a tripod. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, share, and, you know, make the world a better place. Expose evil, one camera, one microphone at a time. You know, let's get the devil out of here and beat the devil out of it. You know? Alrighty, guys. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bow as a Candy Kid. We'll be signing out. Peace.